Welcome back. We're approaching the midway point of 2017 and thought we'd check in a little bit on the trends that we anticipated for the year. Some things we've been seeing. We both put out some questions to the network in terms of what's happening. Things that continue to be on people's minds: bots, AI, machine learning. And we'll get into many of those things in upcoming episodes. One thing that was also big, and Pat put out a post about it, was personalization, specifically hyper-personalization. So we're going to dive into that today because it is a pretty broad topic, and we thought we'd get down into the specifics of it. So Pat,
all right,
what is hyper-personalization?
Take it to the nth degree. Whatever I want and how I work, how I get paid, my benefits, the tools I use. I think we dipped a toe last decade on bring your own device, and that kind of rocked the IT world.
Yeah.
Now it's extending into craft my own comp. It could be craft where I work and how I work. Like you have to create multiple different locations for me to do work. If I want to be in a team meeting, if I want to be by myself. So companies are actually personalizing workspaces, which
All
is,
right.
let's actually be more pointed.
Okay.
Where this push is coming from, a lot's coming from the millennial generation.
Okay.
So they come in, they're used to their own devices, they're used to crafting their classes, where they go to school, what kind of pursuits they do, what the clubs they do. So they're used to being empowered and choosing their destiny.
Okay.
And now they come into the workplace and they go, I want to choose what I work on. I want to choose how I get paid. I may choose the device. I may choose where and when I work and how I work. I want to choose a lot of different things. And so let's take some complex ones like compensation.
Okay.
So for established companies, changing your comp plans to be that flexible will be a nightmare, a systematic nightmare. And I see experimentation happening really cool ways in startups. And what they're doing is giving guidelines to employees and saying, how much risk do you want? Do you want options or do you want cash? If you want equity, then what they're doing is averaging out the risk, meaning they'll give you mini grants every quarter. So you don't have this huge spike in stock, right? So smooth out some risk.
All right, but one question on that. So I decide that I'm going to take some options.
Yeah.
You're a coworker, you decide you're not. You're going to take the heavy cash.
I'm conservative. I want
What
the
if
cash.
two very different outcomes? What if stock tanks or stock skyrockets? Maybe I'm going to make 3 times as much as you.
I won't be happy.
How does that manifest in the workplace?
That's the problem. I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
So that's why I think if you're going to do this variation of choice, educate the employees and give them multiple touch points to make a choice and make change. Because if you have like an annual enrollment, you can have these big swings, especially in Silicon Valley. And you and I will do the same job. You chose the stock, went up to the right. I chose cash. I'm now pissed off. There's no way I can recover that lost income.
Got it.
And so I will see the stock going up. I learned from Brendan, who's sitting next to me, the last 3 months you made some more money. It's not that big of a gap yet. I adjust my switches, my levers. I increase my risk, and I get better rewards similar to you. So I think the theory is the employees will normalize the risk and the reward over time.
Got it. With the assumption that this will keep me more engaged, I'll feel more empowered.
Empowerment does psychologically make you feel more in control, more engaged, feel like it's more fair.
So I just decided on my comp. I'm feeling motivated and engaged.
That's good. I want you motivated, BB. I think that, you're going to ask me, can I bring my Android? Can I bring my Apple? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I use my work phone as my personal phone?
Okay.
The blending of home and work is going to be tighter than ever. And so even just a few years ago, you would see professionals with a personal phone and a work phone. I'd see them stacked up, and depending on who's calling, like, which phone do I answer? They're getting blended. I have one number. And so how do you expense that one number, right? How do you make it easy for the company to charge you for those work calls, right, and reimburse you, et cetera? Those are real life issues in terms of the process, the back end of choice, simplicity, how I want to live and how I want to work.
Okay. Anything else? What about the realm of benefits?
So I think on the benefits side, companies need to give a framework, guide rails, to make sure you're informed, like a fiduciary responsibility for retirement plans.
So would you say that's the baseline responsibility a company has? We're on the hook to inform you.
I think we need to inform and educate. Life evolves all the time, and you can't always anticipate. So insurance is insurance, right? It's health insurance, insurance for future risk.
Yeah.
And so I think we have a responsibility to educate, but I also think that you can make this magic middle on top more creative and more flexible to you, because some people don't have kids.
Yeah.
They don't,
Some room to
they have
flex.
perfect eyes. They don't
Yep.
need eye care. They don't need,
Yeah.
dental care for whatever reason. And so what if I said, Brendan, I'm going to give you $10,000 a year of benefit coverage.
Yeah.
Now take this 10K and use it any way you want on this pie,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You mix and match. Then you go, Pat, I only want to spend 4,000 of the pie, and I want you to give me 6,000 cash. I should be able to do that.
Okay. Do you think companies should have a baseline around something like ensuring the health of their employees just from a productivity point of view? We want healthy workers.
Yes.
So, hey, Brendan, you have to have at least minimal coverage. So, if you've got a cold, you can.
I can't force you to have minimum, right? Because you can say I have a partner that has insurance, and you're electing not. You're taking an active action not to. But so you got to educate, you got to inform. And we did Perk Up at LinkedIn. And so
Right.
Perk Up is if you don't have a family and you're like, you care so much about these parental rights, what about me? I have a dog. I want dog walking, I want dog care. So with Perk Up, we created this list of other benefits, if you will, that meet you in your lifestyle. And it's a longer list each year because we get smarter and better about what it takes to keep you engaged and healthy. It's your personal trainer, it's getting a massage, it's getting your dog walked, it's extra childcare. But you have
wonderful benefit.
I think it's awesome.
It is.
But again, you have the pie.
Yep.
You get $2,000 a year. That's your pie. How you choose to use it, but to use it or lose it methodology in this case, I'm not going to give you what you don't spend. It's going to be applied. It's taxable. But if you give me a receipt for dog walking, there you go, BB.
So gosh, we could really go for a long time and sort of what would be in scope and out of scope. But say a company has a fertility benefit, and I'm that's not in my realm of my life at all right now. But hey, company, whatever the cost of that is, give me some of that cash because I'm not exercising the option to use that. Or you'd have to draw some kind of, where do you draw the boundaries?
That's what I'm saying. It's 10,000. I want to be fair, not equal.
Okay,
it's equitable, not equal. So I need to run a business. So I'm now Mrs. CFO.
Yeah.
I've got a balance sheet. I got to know what is the cost of talent. We talked about 80% of a company's OPEX is related to talent. So in that 80% bucket, I need to say I'm going to equate, 10K an employee. This is what I hope they grab for that 10K to reduce risk of health and injury and all that fun stuff. Keep them highly engaged. This is the piece I'm going to give for compensation. Yeah. On and on, right? Yeah. I get a formula what I think is reasonable, and I try to steer the employees to a healthy choice.
Got it. What do you think will be the biggest challenge as the world evolves in this direction, if in fact it does?
System support, the flexibility, nightmare. You got
it,
I didn't.
It's difficult already.
You chose risk, I didn't. You benefit, I don't. Same job. What if the hypothesis? What if men choose more risk and equity and women don't?
Yeah.
Then you talk about fair pay getting totally ski-wad based on the formula and what my personal choice was. How do you guide against your natural inclination?
Someone can go build a product maybe to address some of this. This is a difficult systems problem. So you think systems would be the number one challenge?
Yeah, and I think, wouldn't it be awesome if you had some kind of AI tool sitting on top of this ecosystem and predicts not only your compensation, your lifestyle, like 401ks, you're in your 20s, you can take more risk. And I would guide you here. In your 30s, you're doing this. You got family.
Model my life for me.
Model my life.
Give you some advice. Algorithm.
Yeah, and it's purely based on all the stats, right?
Yeah.
What if you did that same kind of overlay and personalization for your development plan? What if I got all the feedback on BB from your boss, from your clients, from your employees, from candidates, and I get signals. I take these signals in, and it gives you a personalized, Brendan, here's some tips and tricks.
Some AI thing that scans everything.
Everything.
Aggregates
text,
it. Finds the patterns.
What if it's so crazy that it reads your emails and your response to feedback? It reads your performance reviews. It reads your employee voice survey results. Comes back, it says, take these 3 courses and you'll be a rock star. It's tailored to you.
Yep. You could be getting into how long do you actually spend in Excel? This system, it seems like you couldn't figure out.
Oh, personalization,
productivity. This question came up so many times.
I could use that.
Here are the things you should study.
It's the Alexa of me.
I like it. I like it. And you think the world will get there?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, this has been great.
Thank you.